And let's keep that applause going because we're going to have Saida Morais joining us. Good morning. Hola, bom dia. Tudo bem?
Good morning. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear. Thank you so much for being
here. Finally.
Thank you. Sorry for all the problems you may have had in the back office there, but this is perfect, Saida. You're here with us now, live on the Good Morning Portugal show, and I've been wanting to talk to you for a very long time because you are a legendary real estate agent in Lisbon, right?
Yes, of course. I've been a real estate agent for the last 18 years, always representing Remax in Portugal. I mainly work. I work at the office of Laranjeiros, where our friends that you know, Randy and Brenda.
Yes. Yeah, right.
I'm glad that they introduced me to you, and so I have the opportunity to talk about my work and present myself to possible investors or other people that look for real estate in Portugal. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, igualmente, lovely to meet you too, and want to find out more about you and what it takes to become a Hall of Fame, no less. Real estate agent. I mean, and when I say you are legendary in your industry, aren't you? And certainly a well-respected person within your company.
Yes, I am in the Remax in the Remax brand, but also in a national reference. It's mainly about the way that I do my work, the way I dedicate to my clients, and also and they refer me to others, and also my dynamic, the way I promote my brand, and all of that. I think it has to be a joint of all these things that makes a very good real estate agent. But my role as the main role is the dedication and the way I dedicate and I serve my clients. That's the most important for me.
Amazing. Yeah, that makes complete and utter sense. It's quite a simple formula in a way, isn't it? But not many people are capable of doing it in such a disciplined and excellent way as you, I suspect. We'll find out more about what to look for in a good real estate agent, because I think you're the perfect person to speak to about that. You know, there are a lot of people in our community who want to do exactly that and find somebody good to work with in this country. And I'm surprised we haven't talked to many real estate agents. We talk to buyer's agents because buyer's agents seem quite well suited to people who don't live in the country, and they represent people in a different sort of way. So it's great to be talking to you about specifically being a real estate agent here in Portugal and working with Remax. How did you get into it, Saida?
So I got into it in a time of my life that I need to make a very big change. And in that time, I thought about what am I going to do to have in the way of having a flexible agenda, because I had two small kids at that time, and I really needed something that I am very ambitious as wanting to make. I wanted to make a good life for my kids, and so I wanted to go to a business that I knew that it would only depend on me to make money. And this is real estate. Real estate, it's about you just can earn as much as you want, as long as you dedicate and you are ambitious to you have your dreams to fulfill and you have your purpose in life. So that's what's I think it's the main thing to make a very good real estate agent, because if you don't have a dream, if you don't have a goal, you know, it's difficult. You have always to have a goal in this kind of business, so you can every day get up motivated to do your best, to get as many clients as you get, as many listings as you can. So we always depend on the listings, you know, because the listings brings the leads that will after help us close deals with those listings or others that we may offer. So I think the main thing I wanted at that time is get in a business that I would have time for my kids, and I would also just grow as much as I wanted. So that's what happened.
That's wonderful. And is that still the case, would you say, Saida, that if somebody in a similar situation to you with young children is looking for a new career, with an unlimited potential. That's certainly the gist we get from talking to you, and especially now in Portugal, sky's the limit, isn't it? With earnings, with so many people interested in investing in Portugal. Is that still possible to enter into the industry in the way that you did? Is it still the same sort of opportunity?
It is, as long as you have a strategy, and as long as, because it's not easy by being a mother, because at that time I was a single mother. I got a divorce before I decided to come to the real estate business. So it depends on how you want to get in the business, your goals, of course, but that we are going from that point that it's an ambitious person that wants to earn money and have success. So it's not easy, I had the great kids in the most. I have a friend that I'd like to talk to you about her for a while.
Please,
She's from San Francisco, and she. I have to tell you this story because it's so nice. And when I talk about her, my heart just it's all crushed, because I miss her so much. But as her, I've got very other good clients, and most of them come from other countries, mainly United States, Canada. It's because when someone gets in the country that they don't know no one, they don't know anyone.
Yeah,
they need support, And I don't know if it's because I also very young I went to United States to study. I finished my high school in United States.
you did right.
And I feel, what is someone going to some place and have no support, or don't know anything about the country, or as they know, it's what they read, but the simple things that in each day you need, and you have someone that can provide you that, So this friend, she came, she retired. She's from San Francisco. Her name is Carol. At this time, she could attend us, but at this time she's sleeping. And she just called to my office, and she said, I'm looking for an apartment to rent. And in that office, I was the only person that spoke English. So they called me to attend her. And from that time, I showed her 3 or 4 apartments, and she chose one. And from that day on, everything that she needed, I was there for her. I helped her furnish the apartment. I helped her do everything. And from that time, we became friends. My friends were her friends. My family were her family. And up to today, this is 2007. I still see her. She's coming to Portugal now, and we have a very so she helped me babysit my kids, and that's why I remembered her to tell you this story, because she said, "You have the best boys in Portugal," because they were so good, so nice, and they were very good kids. They helped me a lot because they would stay anywhere I would leave them. If I would leave them with a friend or any place or a kindergarten, they will stay. So you have to, and also I had to get a maid to take care of them after school. So that was my very big investment. But I think that anyone that has it's very dynamic and ambitious, they can do this and you can believe that a lot of most, I can say, I don't know the percentage of the real estate agents, successful real estate agents in Portugal are women. And that's something, yes.
Okay, and do you think it's because of that attention to detail and taking care of people in this way?
Yes. I think that's the most, and we are we go for it. Of course, it has to be the kind of your profile as your person, of course. But I believe that all these women, they must be like me, like very strengthful and want to go for it. So that's very important. It's when you want something very much, then nothing can stop you.
Well, that is great advice and great insight, and fascinating to find out that the successful Remax agents in Portugal are women. And this must be your secret, or not very secret formula now. Being a friend to people, basically, rather than just doing the deal and selling them the place or renting them the place, becoming a friend of people, as you described with your friend from San Francisco there, the person who set your formula, I guess, from the beginning. And T-Duck saying here, Saida's been a huge help to us and a great friend. So that's how it tends to roll with you, I suspect, Saida. Bought our place, says Bayrandi. He's up in the Bayrada district through Remax over 20 years ago. They were great back then. There were hardly any modern estate agents, mainly just word of mouth or newspapers in our area. So this is a good opportunity for us to talk about the company now, isn't it? It has changed, I think, a lot in the last 20 years, and you've been there for most of that. Years. Tell us about Remax, because a lot of us, people who are watching this show, and most people tend to watch later on the replay, and they're looking at moving to Portugal, and they see Remax as a brand, and they understand it's a real estate agency here in Portugal, but they probably don't know a lot about the backstory. So can you fill that in for us?
Yes, I can. So Remax is in Portugal for over 23 years. When it's since 2000, the year of 2000, I joined in 2005. So and at that time when I joined Remax, I was my main reference as a real estate company was Century 21, because I was in the north of the United States. And that was the company that I always saw the signs, and that was my very big reference. Mm-hmm. But when I decided to join real estate, I start checking the market. What were the brands, the strongest brands? And I knew about Remax, and I didn't have a doubt. First, because it had already 5 years in the market. I didn't know anything about real estate, so I needed to learn. I needed a brand that could give me all the how you say, not the formations, I don't know now the right word, but
the
all
templates and the way of working.
But the know-how, okay? The know-how about the business. As you know, Remax, it's a company that has over 50 years in the United States. So when we joined Remax, we got all the 22 years of being in the market. So it was a very strong brand. So that was my main decision. My decision of going to Remax was mainly because of a company that was already in the market. So now, at that time, we were about probably, I don't know, less than 1,000 agents in that time. Over 20 something shop offices, and this moment I just make just a call to our CEO, and I asked him, and we are over 140 offices and 10,000 agents. So that way you can see how in 23 years the brand has grown. So it's a brand that first, as I don't know if you know, but our master are Spanish. Manuel and Beatriz, they are Spanish couple that were in Portugal working for in other area of business, and they had a dream, and they decide to buy the franchise for Portugal. And and now they are owners of Germany, France, and also they have some regions of Brazil. Very, very visionary, and they are. I think what makes a difference really in this company, it's our masters. The way they see the business, the way they communicate, and they are with the agents. We have frequently conventions, and they're very close, and they're always looking for a way to make the difference. We are always a step ahead of everybody else, and then the people, they just copy, and we are again in the front. So I think it has to do about the masters. But Remax in this moment, so that's what I wanted to say. It's a company that has offices all over the country. We work in we don't have, I don't know, most of the people that must be watching us, they are Americans or even Canadians. And in United States or Canada, you have a system that it's the way that all the companies connect.
MLS.
Yes. Yeah. We have our own MLS in Remax, but not with other companies. Okay, because unfortunately the real estate agents, they are not profit. We don't have how you say accreditation. Okay.
Yes.
Most of the agents that you see from these small agencies, they don't have accreditation. Okay. In Remax, we do have, because of our university, we have a plan I forget the word. How do you say?
Accreditation or validation of your...
No, not validation, but we have courses we have to take as you get in.
A curriculum, perhaps.
A curriculum. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have to have this curriculum achieved by some time. When you come in, you have a plan. Okay. So we know what we're doing. That's what make the very big difference. We know what we're doing. And some people sometimes they say, I see such a difference when I get to a Remax agent and I get to these single agents from this small office. The way that the things that our know-how, because our know-how it's general. We know about everything you can imagine, from the financial, the bank loan, the mortgages, about the laws, everything we know, because we have a structure that provides and give us this this information and a plan of academic plan in Remax. So that's what I think it makes a very big difference in the agents from the other companies. And that's what it's good about our masters and Remax in Portugal. They make sure that the agents that are in the market, they are, because we have a very strict procedures. We have a manual of procedures that we have to look at, and it's very well organized. So I think it's a company that it's always gives trust to people, and we are chosen every year as a super brand, as the best company to work with, as the best company that agents wants to work with. So, and we are the leader market brand. So that also says everything. And
that's really helpful, Saida. And I'm seeing a wonderful kind of formula here, you know, from you personally, having a goal and having a very specific work ethic of supporting people, then great leadership from the top, people leading from the front and from the top, with Remax as well. What were the names of those wonderful people you mentioned?
It's Beatriz Rubio. Is there a chat I can write?
Yeah, you can. You can do it in the private chat. But I love hearing about these sort of visionaries and leaders. They're very important people, aren't they, in the world? And yeah, so I'm loving that formula and the leadership. I wonder if we could focus a little bit on your area of specialism, as in geographical area, because you said Laranjeiros and also around Benfica.
I work District Lisbon, and just an insight here, just an insight that I wanted to tell you is that we don't have the MLS, okay?
Yeah.
But that's important to say, because some people may eventually contact me or something. We don't have the MLS, but we can share all the products that are in the market. Imagine a client tell me, look, I'm looking for something. I don't find it in Remax. I can always look for other companies and share with these companies, okay? The only difference is that I don't know all the information about the property, as you can see in MLS, okay? But I ask for my colleague from other agency or company to give me all the information I need to provide to my client. But we work like that. We share all the properties that are in the market, can be shared by every agencies, and all agencies that want to my product, also my listings, I share with them. So that's important to know, that even we don't have the MLS, we do share between the companies. So we never leave the client without a solution.
Okay, so even though you have a geographical speciality, you are connected. You're connected to all property.
Yes.
Probably not just in Portugal, but the Remax goes around the world as well. So you could.
Yes, it's internationally. So on my area, I work Lisbon district. I am specialist in Laranjeiros, in area near in São Domingos de Benfica, near the Benfica Stadium. That is the So, and near Loja do Cidadão, who may know the area. So I'm specialist in this area because I'm working over 18 years this area. I live in the area, and I'm a very popular person in the area because of the work I do in the area. I have a lot of listings, a lot of signs. I have movies. I'm the main patrocinador. I lost the word. I'm the main sponsor of the soccer team in the area.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm very involved in the community, and I do a lot of campaigns for the community. So I'm very known in the area, and I love to be known, and also to provide all I do to my neighbors in the area. So this is we call it like a neighborhood, a bairro, and I have I will call it right, so you know, I have a slogan that I use here and all the time for this area. But because I work under the neighbor of my heart. This is my slogan.
Beautiful, I love that. Okay, that's going in the chat right now. Well, and I was introduced to your area fairly recently. I went to the Colombo shopping mall, which I guess is in the heart of your area as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
Colombo.
Because the neighborhood or the area of São Domingos Benfica goes really up to the stadium of Benfica. That it's the other side. You have the Colombo.
Right.
So, but as I told you, I work all over Portugal because I have. I work this area. I have a lot of clients that have products in other places of the country, and sometimes I have listings over other regions. As sometimes I have listings in the Algarve or in the north or in the west. So I have listings as long as they ask me to do it because they're people from my neighbor. I do it, okay. And
Yes.
that's working with buyers. I also go everywhere the buyer wants to after doing a very good selection. I go with them over the country. Like I just sold a property to a couple from Texas in Portimão. I was there last week with them to do the deed. So as long as I know that the person wants me to serve them, I mean, I'm there for them anywhere in the country.
I'm going to ask you what your favorite place is outside of Lisbon before we finish today. But I need to find out from you what you think is going on and how you see the next 5 years. So in the 18 years of serving people in the Lisbon area and growing this incredible community and being part of the community, Bairro de Mel, of your heart there, Saida. When did things start to really change in the 18 years? You know, this current interest and boom, you might say, in Lisbon. When did you notice something really changing?
So when I got in 2005, after 2 years and a half, we got the very, very world crisis that the financial crisis that started in the United States.
Yeah.
So that was the very, very big obstacle that I got when I got in. But what we see is that in every crisis there is an opportunity, because in our business, if this moment we are realizing that okay, we are in the moment in the market. It's not the same crisis. It's the interest that just go up, the inflation, everything. And some people, they cannot afford their loans, their mortgages. So they are selling their property to make downsizing of costs. So in our market, there's always an opportunity to make money, to make business. Because when people, it's what I say, when we have a divorce, we need to buy a house. Normally with a divorce, we got one selling and two buyings or rentals. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
We have the heritage, because frequently I get a lot of process of heritage. Mm-hmm. We have the people, the newborns that are coming. The couples need more so that those are things that nobody can avoid. Nobody
Right.
can.
Absolutely.
Okay, giving birth we can avoid, but sometimes it happens.
Well, sometimes it happens. Absolutely.
Surprise.
Yes.
But we have always an opportunity. What makes the very big difference is when the prices are higher, our commissions are higher because it's a
Yes.
percentage.
Yeah.
When the market is down, of course the commissions it's lower, but we always make business. And when it's lower, we don't get it in the percentage, we get it in the quantity of business we make, because people cannot afford, and we are seeing this now. But in Lisbon, the market, as you were asking me, the market is it's very confused, because in the first 3 months of the year, I noticed in my business a slowdown, okay, because the interest started to raise in the last year, but it didn't get very so high as it got, but it was perspective. It's that it continue rising. And also, just to make clear insight, also with the war, the Ukrainian. In February, when it started, we always thought now everything is going down. But what happened is that we got a mess of Ukrainians coming in and Russians, and the market, the rental market just rose incredibly. So now we have the rentals are prices, and I do a lot of rentals. Okay, a lot. I have a big portfolio of investors that buy and they give me the properties to rent. Right. So I've never seen the market, the price is so high as I see now in the 18 years. We can rent for any amount, any place, wherever it is, the most, the place that you would imagine, I wouldn't live there, Yeah. You can rent it, and it's sometimes at the price you want. So this is how the market. So because the mortgages, the interests are so high, people cannot afford to buy, they are renting. So the prices are very high. But at the other time, we have the new buildings with prices as incredible, and they are selling. That is what. And why they are selling? They are selling to foreigners that are coming to invest. We have other countries that are investing strongly in Portugal, and so the market is very strange. I think for the national, in the range of, let's suppose, from 200 to 400, probably it's complicated, but over 500, it's just we don't notice very, very different. We don't know on the selling, okay, but you cannot find good properties at good prices in this moment in the downtown Lisbon. But of course, the foreigners, when they come, they how you say, they pocket, or I don't find the right word, but they have more possibility than the foreigners, so they can invest more. The nationals, so they can invest more money. So
this is what we're seeing, isn't it? And this is a real effect. It's a discernible phenomenon that's going on in Lisbon. How do you see it going for the next, let's say, 5 years?
So I believe that if Portugal continues to invest in the tourism and promote the country, we will have a lot of foreigners there, because Portugal is still being discovered. I think the Americans discovered Portugal too late. I remember when I was in the United States studying, and most of people didn't know about Portugal, even Cape Verde, because I'm not Portuguese, I'm Cape Verdean. But Cape Verde is an ex-Portuguese colony in the coast of Africa. And so when I talk about Cape Verde, Portugal, it was very like, where is this? So I think that still a lot of, I think now in this moment, everybody knows Portugal. We had some references as Cristiano Ronaldo. So I think it was a very good, big reference of people getting to know where Portugal is. So, but I think the market, it's quite, because what I think in my opinion, it's that the prices of the interest they cannot still go up. They will something will revert even in we call it the I'll say it the I'm trying to find the word, just the
what is it in Portuguese?
The spread. We call the spread. The spread might come down, or people might have to change bank, or they will probably increase the time of the loan because they have lowered it in the past years. So something will happen to try to balance the market. But I think we will still growing, and the prices we have a slogan in Remax that says the best time to buy a home, it's in the last 5 years, because what we have seen is that you buy now, in the next 5 years, so it can have a lower, but we have cycles, and I believe that in Lisbon the prices will not just go down as it came on the crisis, and it will still going high. It will still go high. So it's always a good investment to buy in Lisbon. Also, there are other places in the country, as you know. I think you are in the
San Martinho de Porto is where I'm living.
San Martin, yes. So West Coast has grown.
Oh,
I have property in Lourinhã. You can imagine. I sold it in one day.
Yep.
One day, and I had about 10 visits, and more than half of the visits, I would say 80% were foreigners, from Germany, from the Nordics. So I think still have other areas of the regions of the country that will develop more as the West is developing very.
Absolutely right. Thank you, Saida, for your insight. And I don't want to keep. I mean, we're 5 minutes past 10, and I'm sure you've got lots of people to meet.
Okay.
My last question was about where your other favorite part of Portugal outside of Lisbon. Where do you go to relax or to see another aspect of Portugal?
Yeah, I have 2 places.
Right.
2 outside of the region. So I have Alvor. Alvor?
I do in the Algarve. Yep.
You haven't been?
I haven't been. I know. Well, I've driven through. I've not really enjoyed it, but I know where you mean, and I know other people who are delighted by Alvor. Absolutely.
So I have a place in Alvor. So I love it because it's a place that you can do everything in a walking distance, having very good restaurants, very good environment. So it's a very easy place to get a vacation, and in walking distance you can do everything. And then I have another place in my heart that it's called Vinhais. Vinhais, I will write here.
Yes.
The only thing about this place is that the communications, the transportation, is not very good, but it belongs to the district of Bragança.
Okay.
And I have a place there. It's about
is this where the kangaroo was spotted last weekend?
No. Oh, I'm not sure.
So Vinhais in Bragança, I have heard, again, I've not been there, but I have heard of Vinhais, but we don't want to tell too many people about it, do we?
Yeah, Bragança, it's easy to come because you have buses there. It's a very nice place to meet in Bragança. And then it's the Vinhais, it's about 30 kilometers. It's a very small village, very nice, very well organized, and it's very known for 2 things. For their specialists in the sausage, we call it alheiras. I will write it here.
Yes, I know what the chicken sausage. Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing. Amazing story behind that. Yeah.
And they also for the chestnuts.
Okay, that's a good combination.
Yeah, they have 2 fairs in the year that are very famous. It's the chestnut fair.
Yeah.
Then you can even look at, make a search. And the sauce, the alheiras, they call it the Feira do Fumeiro. I will write it because I don't know.
That is wonderful. Thank you. And this is the the alheiras e castanhas.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
This Feira of Fumeiro, it's this capital. Vinhais is the capital of the Fumeiro fair. So the sausages and the
really superb. Okay, that's going into the chat as well now. So thank you, sir. I hope you'll come back. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you this morning to find out more about you, to find out more about Remax, and to find out what you think about what's going on in Portugal at the moment. So, muito prazer, muito obrigado.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thanks for inviting me.
And have a great day, Saida. Thank you so much. Lovely to meet you.
Thank you. Just take a picture, just a minute.
Of course, I'll do a screenshot as well, so that we can send this to you.
Okay. Thank you very much for inviting